My girlfriend once told me I wasn't wealthy enough to be husband material while pregnant. Now her child's actual father is jobless, and ironically her dad is funding the very dream he once mocked me for. The twist. He tried to legally force me into fatherhood. I asked for a DNA test. Turned out the real dad was none other than her father's trusted associate. As for me, I run a basketball program for troubled teens at the local community center. It's not glamorous or high-paying, but it keeps the lights on and makes a difference. I've been at it for years, and I genuinely love it. Most of the kids remind me of myself, directionless, lacking structure, just trying to make it through. One of the kids I coached early on even made it to the NBA. We still text. Once in a while he sends a message like, "Couldn't have made it without you, coach." That kind of thing hits deeper than any paycheck. My childhood wasn't exactly a fairy tale. Dad bilayed when I was 7, Mom got into trouble, and I spent the rest of my upbringing bouncing between foster homes. At 18, I aged out and lived in my beat-up Ford F-150 for a while. That truck was a wreck, but I bought it myself with my garage job during high school, so it meant everything. That's where Natalie enters the story. We met at a charity basketball event. Her dad's law firm was splashing money around. She worked there too, though it was obvious her job came gift-wrapped from her father, Edward. Natalie never knew what it was like to check her balance before buying anything. She once told me, "You're like this diamond in the rough I found." So raw, so real. Like I was an exhibit from the Museum of Working-Class Struggles. Still, I fell for her. Hard. She lit up when I picked her up, listened to every word I said about the kids I coached, and curled up beside me at night like we'd always belonged together. "You spoil her," Jenna, my best friend and assistant coach, would often say. "She's never worked a day in her life for anything." Jenna and I go way back, met in community college, both chasing athletic scholarships. She's like the sister I never had, funny, brutally honest, and loyal to the core. "She's not better than you just 'cause her heels cost more than your rent," she'd say. "Don't forget, you're the prize here." I'd laugh her off, but deep down I knew she wasn't wrong. Still, I started saving for a ring. Not flashy, but genuine, 3 months salary like the cliche goes. I tucked it in my sock drawer, waiting for the right moment. Natalie had been dropping hints. Sending me photos of mansions in neighborhoods I couldn't afford, cracking jokes about her ticking clock, wondering what our future kids would look like. "Do you think I'd be a good dad?" I asked her once. She smiled. "The best. Our kids would be lucky." That word, "our," echoed in my mind for days. I decided I'd propose during my friend Zach's engagement party. It seemed poetic, 2 couples celebrating love on the same night. Zach's party was at a swanky rooftop bar. You know, the kind of place where prices aren't on the menu because if you have to ask, you shouldn't be there. His fiancée came from money, so the guest list was full of people who used summer as a verb. I felt like a fraud in my only decent suit, reserved for interviews and funerals, but Natalie glided through the room like she owned it. Fake laugh, picture-perfect poses, every inch the heiress. "You look like a cat forced into a bubble bath," Jenna said, standing beside me in a simple black dress. Her girlfriend was off networking. "Need rescuing?" she asked. "Nah, just soaking it all in." I patted the ring box in my pocket.
We can't explain the full story in short. If you want to see the full story, we will give the long version related to the short.